You are tuned in to 50/50 News on the House of the Princess channel, hosted by Princess A.V, featuring world, local, celebrity, and YouTube news. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell as I give you the traditional news with a small twist of ratchet. Let's go. Hi, everybody. You miss me because I miss you. If this is your first time here, I am Princess A.V. You are here in the House of the Princess. And we're doing 50/50 news. I don't know why I feel like I got like an extra big head. I should have just left my hair in a ponytail, but a second ago, look, it's hot in my house, and I had the fan on me. I was getting my Beyonce on. So maybe because I laid my edges down today. I don't know. But nevertheless, and I don't have makeup on because I'm having a breakout. But nevertheless, I'm here. And I hope in the meantime you have stopped and pressed the like button. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel because I have a lot of content that I put out. I've been on hiatus a little bit. But honey, we are in the lab working, and I got a lot of stuff coming for season 2 here at House of the Princess. I'm so excited to see y'all. I know y'all been looking for me. So look, this is how you get in touch with me here, all of that. That's my Instagram, my Facebook, my email, and also my Cash App, because we do take Cash Apps, Super Chats, PayPal, Zelles, and Venmos around here, okay? But besides that, and I do appreciate anybody that will be benevolent and support the channel. Okay. But this is the 50/50 news where we do local, world, national entertainment and YouTube news here. And we do nothing but the news. So this is my journalistic side. If this is your first time here, and hello everybody. I am happy to see you. My mods, everybody that's in here. Thank you so much for coming in. I figured I'm a little bit later today, but I'll go ahead and get you to the end of your work day. This is one of my less interactive shows, but I do like to see what y'all saying in the chat. Okay, so without further ado, let me get my notes together. Look, I had tea coming in the phone and everything. My phone be going off like crazy for a little bit. Why not just let's get into it. So let's start off first with local news. Alrighty then. And you know, when we say local news, it is local to the Chicagoland metropolitan area. That is where I live, and that is where I'm from until further notice. Okay. Okay, we got some new people in here. Hey, hey, hey. I see some names in here. Okay. So, first story. Oh, Miss Weedy Pool, hold on before we get going. Okay. Riri in the middle of the day got a red cup. I need to go get me one. Okay, Flow Ice. Miss Weedy Pooh said the likes is not liking, okay? And she needs y'all to get in here and press the like button, okay? That's my like timekeeper, one of them, okay? All right. Love y'all. So our first story, local Chicago news, is yesterday, and we have a couple of stories here, a couple of videos. A 3-year-old fell from an 18th story floor and has passed away. He landed in the garage, over the garage area. So the first story will be from Fox 32, and we're going to hear that. Hey, girl, hey.
A community outrage control proposal, a fiery session of public comments in Naperville.
And a tragic accident on the north side leaves a 3-year-old boy dead.
It happened in the Uptown neighborhood at a high-rise on North Clarendon Avenue. Anthony Ponce is there.
A tragic situation here in Uptown at a lakefront high-rise where authorities say a 3-year-old boy lost his life after falling 18 stories out of an open window. The Chicago Fire Department says this happened at 6:40 p.m. here at 4550 North Clarendon. There are 2 towers Witnesses say the boy fell out of the North Tower, landing 15 floors below on top of a 3-story garage. Emergency responders rushed him to Illinois Masonic Hospital, where about an hour later, we learned he was pronounced dead.
So we walked into the building, like, what's that? And you see the paramedics rolling the little kid out on a stretcher. They were giving him, like I was telling him, chest compressions, and you can see the little kid's face all blooded up.
Now, at this point, no foul play is suspected, although the buildings department was here on scene to check to see if the building had any code violations. Now, as with every summer where it gets warm and windows are open, authorities urge all parents and all caretakers to secure their windows and use extreme caution when it comes to young children. In Uptown, Anthony Ponce, Fox 32, Chicago.
A family on the north side is grieving this morning after a 3-year-old boy falls to his death out of an 18-story window. Joni has more on this horrible story. There is sadness all around this apartment complex. The 3-year-old apparently fell out of the 18th floor apartment window on the north tower of this high-rise development here in the 4500 block of North Clarendon in Uptown, and he fell onto the parking garage below. Investigators were on the scene for several hours. It happened at 6:40 last night. The screened windows in this building apparently opened to the inside. Somehow, the 3-year-old fell from the 18th floor to the parking deck between the two towers. He was in critical condition when he was taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital, but he did not make it. Neighbors saw him, and they were very upset.
It's just tragic. I mean, little kid, to me, little kids shouldn't be near an open window anyway. I mean, I don't know what the circumstances was or how it may have happened.
There were firefighters, police, and building inspectors on the scene for several hours last night looking for code violations in the building. They have not released any information about their investigation, but they are warning everyone to exercise extreme caution with children around windows in these warm weather days. Joni Long, Fox 32, Chicago.
You're right. It is sad. But I'm also like Dita, like it's 2022. People been having babies for years and years, and eons and hundreds of years. And of course, this is not the first time we've heard something like this happening to a child. And knowing that you live on the 18th floor, that's a cause to be extra cautious. But at the same time, excuse me, I don't know the premise. And no, it's still a child. Somebody still lost their child. And I feel empathy for them. But it's just so many unanswered questions. How do you have a baby by the window at all? Maybe I'm just so high strung about that kind of stuff. Like, I would have had the TV all the way on the opposite side of the room, no couches by the open window or air conditioning where we didn't have open windows. That's just me. And yes, somebody is gonna have to live with this guilt. They're gonna have to live the rest of their lives with their child gone and possibly know that this was preventable. So my heart still goes out to the family regardless, because it is a life loss. You know what I'm saying? So our next story is NASCAR is planning to come to Chicago, and they trying to let them. So our next story is brought to you by Fox 32 here. We're going to hear what the mayor is going to do.
It is official. NASCAR will host its first ever street race right here in Chicago.
Shane Flacco is live with the details for us. Shane.
Hey guys, if you think the cars drive around too fast around Chicago already, just wait till next summer. Mayor Lightfoot today announcing the first ever NASCAR event to be held in downtown Chicago. And NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace was on hand along with his souped-up Toyota Camry for that big announcement. The first NASCAR Chicago Street Race weekend will be held July 1st and July 2nd next year. It will be a street race, and while the course has not been pinpointed yet, the mayor says it'll generally be the perimeter of Grant Park and north end of Soldier Field. And of course, there's a lot of work that'll need to be done to get those streets ready for a NASCAR race, including repaving, putting up concrete barricades, and sealing all the manhole covers. The mayor would not estimate just how much it'll cost the city to put this race on, but said it should bring in millions of dollars in tourism revenue.
This is a huge sports town. I think that goes without saying. And the opportunity to bring something so unique as NASCAR to the city of Chicago, and I think it's going to be one of the most iconic race courses maybe ever, and introduce a whole new fan base to what NASCAR is about in the city of Chicago. We couldn't pass up that opportunity.
You think about the iconic skyline, you think about the iconic landmarks around the city. Navy Pier, Cloudgate, a handful of them. To actually have our NASCAR Cup cars racing around the streets of Chicago is going to be something just incredible.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace then jumping in his NASA race car and taking off through downtown Chicago. He visited Navy Pier, Soldier Field, and a couple of other spots along the way just to promote that race. This is a 3-year contract, guys, by the way. So this race is going to take place in 3 years, 2023, 2024, and 2025. The mayor says she thinks it's going to bring a lot of attention to the city.
This morning, the city.
Child. It's exciting, yeah, but at the same time, it's like how they're going to do it. And the last time they, do you know? Last time they invested that type of money, it was for the Olympics, and we ended up not having it. But the city owes so much money and so many things. It would be nice to have something that brings money in, but it actually goes back to the people. Dina, I'm not gonna do that with you. I was looking at it like that hairline was all the way back, honey. She didn't have much to begin with. And I guess she trying to let it grow, but they done stretched that hairline all the way back. She looked like a dude for real. But, she could fix that. Don't tell her let it go. She could fix it if she had the right hairstylist and stop going to Supercuts. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, in lieu of that, we got problems over here with a street racing. And they mad about it.
It will likely take steps to make amateur street racing more difficult.
There's a new ordinance that will be put to a vote that could allow harsher punishments against the amateur stunt drivers behind the wheel. CBS 2's Marissa Parr joining us live from outside City Hall. Good morning, Marissa.
Audrina, Ryan, good morning. Yeah, the city has been fighting amateur street racing for years. You've seen the videos all over social media. Rings of fire around amateur stunt drivers. These are on the streets downtown, over in West Loop, over in Streeterville. Now, if this ordinance is passed by full city council, this new law would allow police officers to impound the vehicles the drivers are using. Now, Alderman Quinn, Riley, and Curtis, who represent downtown wards seeing a rise in the stunts, have brought forth a new ordinance. Some of those same aldermen who are trying to curb amateur street racing are not thrilled about bringing the professionals to the streets either. This one day after that big NASCAR announcement. So these aldermen say they know it's a good opportunity for the city, but they just wish they'd been part of the planning process to discuss logistics.
We want to make sure it's a good deal for the city and it doesn't overly burden the central business district and inconvenience commuters, businesses, and local residents.
So that vote on the amateur street racing, that happens in just a few hours over here at City Hall. We're live from outside City Hall. Marissa Parra, CBS 2 News.
Look, I don't know how all them Nigers got downtown without the polices to do all of that. Like, that was a lot of people. Now they do that on the south of sides. I see Saki's in the chat. She know about Doty Road. And baby, the roads is terrible. So I guess they said we're going to stop being in the bogus streets and we're going to go to the cool streets, okay? But they drag race out west on Expressway. But the fact that they have the audacity to go downtown, and it lets me know that Chicago police really don't have much control over shit anymore. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. And our next story is also while they were street racing and drag racing in the middle of downtown, somebody was getting their money on, and there was a stream of armed robberies at the near northwest side. So come on, let's
Marissa,
listen
thanks
to
for those
that.
details. A few new and 3 armed robberies in the Chicago area overnight, all happening within an hour.
Now, Chicago police are looking for who's committing these crimes and if there's a connection. Mugu Odigwe has more on what was stolen.
Here along Division is where one of the 3 robberies occurred. All 3 were only a few miles apart, and they all involved a white sedan. We're going to start with the one here at Division in Wicker Park. It was around 12:50 this morning. Police say a man was standing on the sidewalk when 3 guys got out of a white sedan. They took that man's phone at gunpoint before driving away. Now, 20 minutes before that, in the Lincoln Park area, police tell us the man was standing on the sidewalk outside a restaurant when 5 guys got out of a white sedan. They took that man's phone and wallets, and also this happened at gunpoint. Then those suspects took off. Finally, at 11:40 last night, this time in the Gold Coast, police say a man and a woman were walking when 3 guys got out of a white sedan with a gun. They took the man's phone and wallets and even hit him in the face before driving away. So a few similarities in all 3 robberies. We know it happened at gunpoint. The suspects took the victims' phones and wallets, and they were all in a white sedan. But at this point, police are not connecting all 3 robberies. They only tell us they were still investigating. Luckily, though, none of the victims were seriously injured. In Wicker Park, Local Chicagoland, CBS News.
They got some pretty girls on the news now, child. They gorgeous. 3 and you listen to the stories, they got to hit the man upside the head. Like, why y'all got to be extra? And you definitely know that these people are cowards because it takes 3 to 5 people, and all you stealing is a wallet and a phone at gunpoint. It's somebody's kids out here doing this. It's somebody's kids out here doing this, child. They got to do something better than what they doing. In the meantime, Oak Lawn police say you're not coming out there where they are to come take their stuff. They are taking the money that they have confiscated from the drug dealers, and they are using it to install license plate readers in their city. So let's take a gander here at Fox 32, see what they're saying.
One is set to roll out the largest network of license plate readers in Cook County.
He is back in Studio 32 with details on this. Well, let's explain how this will work for residents. The village has seen an uptick in violent crime, and like many areas across Chicagoland, they are deciding to do something about it. Oakland police will use money seized from drug dealers to fight criminals. Now, similar to these license plate readers that you see on Illinois state highways and expressways, Oakland will have 40 stationary and 2 mobile devices covering all entry points into the area. Many of the criminals travel into the area, and this is a way to stop them. The motion-activated technology will give officers 24/7 monitoring of streets, IDOT roadways, and business corridors. The LPRs will capture cars coming in and out of Oakland and can spot missing plates, tint plates, bumper stickers, and even roof racks.
So if a stolen vehicle comes into town, there'll be an instant notification to dispatch, and then we can set it up however we want it within the department. It can be email, it can be text, but once it goes to dispatch will then broadcast it over the air, and then they can also send that information to the officers' mobile data terminals in their cars.
The first round of license plate readers will be installed in 2 weeks. Data collected by the plate readers is erased after 30 days, if not part of an active investigation. Anthony?
All right, Tia, thank you very much. The Sesame Place.
Oh, I see a pouch. It's funny to see you creeping over here. You might as well walk. And because I wasn't even audible until this moment. But anywho, we're gonna see what they're gonna do. That is a predominantly white area, and they do have the Perus with some racism here and there. So I don't think they're playing. So we have to see what that is. And yeah, I was talking to the production assistant. She's getting ready to go do her thing. She has a birthday Friday, y'all. I'm getting old, child. Anywho, So that is all that we have for the Chicagoland news. And we all know this is where we take a station break to sit down here and let y'all recalibrate and get it going on. Now I'm gonna scroll back up here to put this comment up here because my black diamond is also, she's welcoming you all and she's gonna tell you to please hit like, share, subscribe, and notification for all. Okay. You gotta go all and you'll never miss when I am live. Okay. At least you shouldn't if YouTube ain't on no BS. Okay. Now look, y'all done let all my cohorts over here grow. I know I've been off and everything, okay? But I ain't growing like I should. Everybody done grow to grow while I've been sitting here trying to uh do life and stuff like that. But I'm coming back and I need y'all share these lives, okay? Let other people know that I'm live and that I'm working when I am working so that they can subscribe and they can be exposed to me. Shouts out to the people that are watching through Facebook as well as YouTube. I know I have some people that watch in the bushes at Facebook. Look, I need y'all. It's on my timeline to at some point come over to YouTube and just hit the subscribe button, okay? It will help me with my view if you say you support me and you love me like you say you do, like you say you do, okay? It would be great, okay? Thank you. Oh, shit. Somebody done kicked it off on the break time. Come on. And look, I'm about to get some new ones too. Thank you. Miss Best IBK has kicked it off. Yes, with the $20 super chat. Thank you so very much. And you too can be like her by sending a super chat or a cash app. I'm having a decent summer. It is busy, okay? And then I'm trying to get everything together. Like some of y'all saw on Instagram. I'm gonna put it on the YouTube shorts as well. YouTube, my little video. I worked hard doing Miss Roxanne's her daughter's trunk party. Soon we'll be having Jazzy's bridal shower here on the channel. I've had parties to go to, functions. I just did a scholarship function. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I'm putting together with this lounge. We're gonna have karaoke on Wednesdays in Markham. I have a wedding 20-year. Like I don't even feel old enough to be like that. 20-year wedding renewal to go to this weekend. Like I got things to do, so it has been busy, along with me learning how to navigate how life has been lifing. It's been a lot, but it hasn't been bad. I'm still here. Also, y'all know I've been traveling. I was working. I was in Detroit last week. I was in Minneapolis, and y'all know how that went. Well, y'all know some of how it went. I know how it went because I was there. I just haven't spoken on it. But so it has been busy, but I can't complain. I thank God for living life and doing it. I'm gonna put this one comment up. Saki said, Auckland ain't never played any games, and now they showing the criminals they ain't playing. Okay. Yes, you're not gonna come in there with them light-skinned folks messing up. And it's a lot of older people in that community. You're not coming in there with that shit. Go ahead now. Go somewhere. And that's exactly where they're gonna put you. Is somewhere either over there at Advocate Christ and say you arrived DOA, or you're gonna be in that jail. And that ain't Cook County jail. It's a whole different, you dig, do you hear me? So look, with that being said, let's go on to the next topic of news, which is, oh wait, that's the overlay. Here we go. Worldwide and national news. I'll be having to remember to hit the right one. Look, I ain't been doing this in so long. I gotta remember how to do it, but it's like riding a horse. You gotta get it. You know, they must be rich. No, they ain't rich. I bet you it's gonna be most hood stuff ever. Okay, you know, they just celebrating their 20th anniversary. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Okay. So, as Shannon said, I don't know if I'm going to do a full read on this, but we are about to cover it now. As you saw, we're going to talk about the two little girls who was allegedly snubbed over there down to the Sesame Place. Let's see what Good Morning America has to say.
Being under fire this morning the popular kids amusement park apologized after a video went viral that appeared to show a costume character snubbing two black girls. While there are claims of racism, the park is saying the video is not what it appears to be. TJ Holmes is here with more. Good morning, TJ.
Straight, let's stick with what you just said. The video is not what it appears to be. That's what the park says. So that's why I want everybody to see it for yourselves now, to our viewers. All right, so let's just roll the video. Take a look at it here now. Okay, you see the character coming, high-fiving everybody as it goes down the street. Gets to those two little girls. It appears to just flat out say no, and you see the little girls and their faces and their heart broken. Now, there was an initial statement the park put out that explained what you just saw. Then they updated that statement to saying that what you just saw is not okay.
Sesame Street, a place of inclusion and learning for generations of kids. But Sesame Place, the theme park based on characters from the iconic children's TV show, is issuing an apology this morning after backlash from this video showing two young black girls seemingly snubbed by a performer dressed as Rosita at the Sesame Place theme park in Philadelphia.
When he got to my children, he, as you can see in the video, just told them no and kept on moving. And then I had stopped the video because I was upset. But after that, he proceeded to hug another girl of a different race. And to me, it's like, so the kids automatically were like, as you can see in the video, they were, upset.
The character of Rosita seeming to shake her finger no before passing by the two little girls.
They think that they did something wrong when they did absolutely nothing wrong. And to see other children be acknowledged and then you're not acknowledged.
Sesame Place initially released a statement saying that the costumes characters wear sometimes make it difficult for them to see, adding the Rosita performer did not intentionally ignore the girls and is devastated about the misunderstanding. But that statement wasn't good enough for many on social media who expressed outrage. One user writing, "Nothing can undo how these babies were made to feel in this moment. The looks on their faces are so heartbreaking." Singer Kelly Rowland helped draw attention to the issue, speaking about the video on her Instagram.
And did you see that baby's face at the end, the little one with the pink on? She deserves an explanation.
Now, other parents are sharing their own videos that they say show similar instances of their children being treated rudely compared to others, all seeming to show similar bias by characters at the park.
These are innocent children. And the job of the character is to bring joy to the kids and to, acknowledge them. And I'm kind of happy that it went viral because now it brings light to a situation that we shouldn't have anyway.
As a result, Sesame Place has issued a second statement saying that they are committed to making this right, adding they will conduct training for our employees so they better understand, recognize, and deliver an inclusive, equitable, and entertaining experience for our guests.
And you all, in that initial statement, they also explained that the character was actually waving off a family that wanted them to take a picture with the baby, which the characters aren't allowed to do. That was a part of the explanation as well. Look, the family and their attorney is going to have a press conference here in New York today. But the little girl's 6 years old. I mean, no matter where you come down on interpretation, their little hearts were broken.
Yeah.
And the girls are so sad. They said they're actually gotten counseling for the girls right now, and they've just been surrounded by family with the support for now. So we just want to make sure
There's so much that it couldn't see when you're going to get training. We just help them see. That would be all the training you would need.
That's a part. But again, I try to get away from the outrage and interpretation. Yeah. Any human being can see that and see that something happened there in those little.
You can see it in the little girl's face at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got guys.
Well, hi there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.
Well, families speaking out and demanding justice after they say a character at the Sesame Place theme park outside Philadelphia was racist toward their children. The family held a press conference outside New York City's Sesame Workshop this morning. After this 9-second video went viral, the family says it shows Rosita characters snubbing two 6-year-old girls of color. One girl's mother claims after she stopped recording, the character then hugged a white girl right next to them.
I was sad, I was pissed, and immediately just go into defense mode because your first thing as a parent is you want to defend your child and you want to protect their innocence.
We are here today to ensure that Sesame Place and others know that this behavior will not be tolerated.
We've come to learn that what took place Saturday is not an anomaly.
Not the cash out.
So what we've seen is business as usual. To deny, to defend, and to delay accountability.
In a statement, Sesame Place called it a misunderstanding, saying in part the performer portraying the Rosita character has confirmed the no-hand gesture was a response to multiple requests from someone in the crowd who asked them to hold their child for a photo, which is not permitted. Sesame Place also apologized to the family and says it will conduct training to deliver a more inclusive experience for customers.
New at 4:30, members of the House of Representatives.
Oh, wrong video. You're going too fast. Sorry. Good catching fast enough. Look, Pennsylvania's old racism. Interesting. Okay. Most adults shouldn't talk about around the girls' counseling. Really, I guess they're getting it. Yes, they are getting a lawsuit, but I don't know what the lawsuit is for. Okay. Yes, they do have other videos. And that's why Dita, I can't stand you. I didn't want to fully go into my commentary on this because on this show I try to be have more journalistic integrity and just not give my full opinions on here. They say that Rosita was saying no to a person behind the children that had a baby, saying she won't hug the baby, but then also saying, look, I've worn them costumes, you could see little people, okay, you ain't that fucking tall, okay, and then the baby was all the way down the street, like you couldn't miss that baby. And I've worn them costumes and clown costumes when I was younger. That's just what makes you want to hug the children, okay? It's all bullshit to me. I'm not sure with all of the counseling and the lawyers out for it. That's a whole nother conversation because you black, you gonna be racially profiled, racism against, baby, I'm sorry. I would have told my baby anything to help with their feelings, but of course they're gonna ride they're gonna ride this out to get that good old lawsuit. I don't know what you sue for, discrimination. I don't know. They offered to have a private meet and greet with the people, which I would think is customary. That was naturally what they were going to offer. But I don't understand we're going to give training to people that should have had training in the first place. I encourage you guys, if any of my mods have his channel, or can post it in the chat, Jaded Nerds channel. I am a wordsmith. He's done like 2 videos on this subject. And he actually, because I didn't take the time to do it at this point, show videos that I hadn't seen of just alleged racism and just mistreatment of children down to the Sesame Place. Not to be fully confused with Sesame Street, because Sesame Street has also given the parent company a statement in this. This is in Pennsylvania. I'm not above thinking that this person was racist or was snubbing those kids. It's obvious, you could have pat the kid on the head, went back and waved. The mother said they went and hugged a child right next to them of a different ethnicity. That character is supposed to be a Latino character. So how is the Latinos? Well, I guess some Latinos don't like blacks, no way either. But the character was created to fight against racism, and the character over there being racist. So I guess, so I'm trying to read some of y'all comments, and I see my boo came in. At least we got the hood Muppets that twerk and they be hugging kids with no problem. We give us racism. You surprised the level of racism. Yes. Yeah, I probably would have still had the camera in my hand. Excuse me. My baby really like you. Okay. I probably like, come on over here, drag my baby down there. You miss them. I would have said it in a real nice, nasty way. Let you know I ain't gonna cuss in front of the kids, but bitch, if you don't bring your motherfucking ass on over here, okay? And that'll be that. So next, we did a story on Roe versus Wade and the overturning. So we knew that right after that, they were looking at interracial marriage and LGBT on all the rest of them letters, Q's and T's and I's and A's, all that. No disrespect. Them letters, same sex marriage. Okay, so here's the story that we're gonna do about.
New at 4:30, members of the House of Representatives are poised to vote on a bill that will protect same-sex and interracial marriages.
And at least 17 Democratic members of the House were arrested during an abortion rights protest in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. Natalie Brandt reports from Washington.
That's right, Jim and Dana. And those arrests or detainments include Chicago Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky, who is part of that group of 17 members. House Democrats are trying to also raise awareness about other rights that they believe could be at risk. Meanwhile, House Republicans who took to the floor this afternoon in debate argued it's a political stunt.
As abortion rights advocates and Democratic lawmakers continue to protest the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade, the House is voting on a bill to protect marriage equality out of fear the conservative High Court could revisit other landmark decisions.
It simply says each state will recognize the other state's marriages and not deny a person the right to marry based on race, gender, sexual orientation.
Supporters of the Respect for Marriage Act note Justice Clarence Thomas's separate opinion suggested the court should reconsider past precedent, including same-sex marriage and access to contraception. But Republicans say the majority opinion did not go that far.
This bill is simply the latest installment of the Democrats' campaign to delegitimize and attempt to intimidate the United States Supreme Court.
Nearly 1 month since the Supreme Court's decision on abortion, patients and providers say they're navigating new restrictions and experiencing confusion depending on where they live.
Physicians seeing ectopic pregnancies or patients with sepsis or hemorrhage during pregnancy are literally calling hospital attorneys who, in some cases, tell them to wait until there is a higher chance of death before intervening.
During a House committee hearing Tuesday, lawmakers also heard from an OBGYN who opposes abortion.
Instead of defaulting to abortion as a band-aid for a variety of complex issues, we will now be working to identify innovative solutions for women today, their preborn children, and for future generations.
And while there's been bipartisan support expressed for family planning, House Democrats say they will put Republicans on the record later this week with a vote on guaranteeing access to contraceptive services.
That vote is scheduled for Thursday of this week. Meanwhile, a group of Democratic senators is calling for increased investment in Title X family planning programs to also increase access to birth control. Meanwhile, this vote on marriage equality, it is expected to happen soon. We are still waiting for the House to take that up, but again, expected sometime this evening. Jim, Dana.
Natalie Brown on Capitol Hill, thanks so much.
Now to the House passing a bill to ensure marriage equality. This after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Congressional correspondent Rachel Scott is on Capitol Hill. And Rachel, this is a rare show of bipartisanship with this bill.
Yes, Michael, good morning. This was a bipartisan vote. 47 House Republicans joined every single Democrat to protect same-sex and interracial marriage under federal law. This was a direct response to Roe versus Wade being overturned by the Supreme Court. Many Democrats fear that other rights could be at risk as well. Even though this measure cleared the House, 157 Republicans voted against it, including Republican leader Kevin McCarthy. Many Republicans argue that this is all a political charade by Democrats ahead of the midterm elections, insisting that these rights are not in jeopardy. Polls, of course, show that the majority of Americans, 71% according to a recent poll, support same-sex marriage. At this point, it's unclear where this goes from here, if or when the Senate will even take up this bill, whether there's even enough Republican support to get it passed in the Senate. I spoke to several Republican senators who told me that this bill is unnecessary. Other Republicans, like Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, not commit to voting yes, Amy.
All right, Rachel Scott for us in Washington. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
So, at least you can get married. Please know the law again when it's time for your primary vote. I'm sorry, I can't scratch. Excuse my nails, child. The primary voting of the people that are low, not the president, but your Congress people and your senators. These are the people that make the votes. The older people, these are people you need to pay attention and make sure that they have your same interest in mind. I don't know how the hell Clarence Thomas trash ass got in there. I wish they would redo the whole Supreme Court. That is something that we need to look at in general, that these same people with these same mindsets being in the same job for 20, 30 years without a chance of getting fired. Like, you can't get fired. That's some fuck shit, okay? The world changes and they need to change with the world and the thoughts. But I'm glad people should be able to fuck who they want to fuck, marry who they want to marry. And that's just what it comes down to, just personal choice. Be with who you want to be with. So our next story is, I learned something this week. The UK is in a heat wave. And also we do have a global energy crisis and an energy crisis in the UK due to the war over there in the Ukraine. So we're going to hear this story about the heat wave in the UK.
So thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get...
Oh, we done with you.
Those fires in Europe, in some places the worst in decades, and they're happening in multiple countries across thousands of miles. Remy Inocencio has that part of the story.
10 rare wildfires burned and billowed across London. Yes, the British capital, as the London Fire Brigade, stretched thin and stressed out, saw its busiest day since World War II. The same day, the country shattered the record for its hottest day in known history.
The UK has today recorded its highest ever temperature, 40.3 degrees Celsius.
That's over 100
and temps hitting 100 degrees. I might believe you, but this is London, and people are shocked.
This is it, right? This is the climate change that we've been promised by scientists.
Can we still call the United Kingdom a cold country?
Absolutely not. This level of extreme weather is life-threatening, and we really want to make sure that people are not under...
I don't know what just happened. I'm looking at my TV. I know it was looking weird on my screen and it's like frozen. Give me a 1 in the chat if I need to rewind it. Can y'all see or could y'all hear? Because it's like frozen. I don't know. It just started moving. Did it freeze for y'all? Let me know. It's going to get worse every year one. Okay, it did freeze. Okay. Let me just rewind it a little bit so that to make sure everybody heard it. Yeah, it did something weird on my end. Okay, where are we? Yeah, it froze on the black lady, of course. Don't be racist, computer.
Until now.
If you told me I was in Southern California with wildfires by the highway, bone-dry vegetation, and temps hitting 100 degrees, I might believe you. But this is London, and people are shocked.
This is it, right? This is the climate change that we've been promised by scientists.
Can we still call the United Kingdom a cold country?
Absolutely not. This level of extreme weather is life-threatening, And we really want to make sure that people are not under any illusion that this is serious and this is here to stay for the foreseeable future.
Western Europe is still battling major blazes that ignited last week. In Greece, police ran to doors, shouting at residents to flee just north of Athens. French firefighters are in their 9th straight day, battling blazes twice the size of Paris, and deaths are still rising in Spain and Portugal.
And even though the record heat and those wildfires here in the UK have thankfully, mercifully been snuffed out, the mayor of London has said that the threat to even more fires is still a risk to this whole entire city, this whole entire region. And he also says that rain hasn't come down in the past month. And just look at the grass behind me. This is grass. It's yellow, it's parched, it's dry. And the fact that the city also has so many green spaces, or formerly green spaces, really, they're all turning into tinder boxes, which are a threat to homes and to buildings. Gail?
Rami Inocencio in London, we get the picture. Thank you so much.
I don't know what she was saying with that comment, but it was kind of weird. But like, yeah, okay, we don't care. We over here in America, it's hot all the time, but it's hot here, but we have air conditioning. I thought it was the beach too. I thought he was at the beach till he said it was grass. I was like, damn. We're dealing with a lot of that. The man in there, he showed me yesterday some pictures that even Salt Lake City, that the lakes are and a lot of bodies of water are drying up. These are the effects of global warming and things we've done to basically fuck with our ecosystem. Okay. We've done this as human beings and done a lot of things to affect our home all over the world, and we're destroying it as we speak. It's I didn't know that the UK like never got warm like that. Like y'all didn't have air conditioning. You didn't have a need for it. So that was like really interesting to me. That was a learning lesson for me. I just thought it was just like cold, like certain times. I just think everybody has a summer. Me being from Chicago, we can have 4 seasons damn near in one day. So that was a learning experience. So I hope that, I always want to go to Greece. That's on my bucket list, and Paris. And I don't want people to lose their homes and stuff like that. And I hope that they can come to some type of solution and some resolution behind this. And my prayers are with you. And look how many of y'all over there in the UK on all the other side of the world watch today. Shouts out to y'all, okay? I thank y'all and appreciate you. Look, I told you I was gonna try to have more day shows and whatnot, so that not Black Diamond. So that y'all can play along. Amazon rainforest being plowed down for resorts. Greed is killing the human race. Yes, it is. Yes, I'm still in that travel group, and they are in St. Lucia right now, and my girls are coming to Chicago for the holiday. Okay. Yes, God. And I was going to do the story. There is a heat wave on the East Coast as well, and they talking about the 90s, but it gets to be 90s and 100 here in Chicago sometimes too. Our hot in the UK is usually about 82 degrees. That's a nice summer day. Okay, yes, we do have air conditioning. Okay. My air condition is not air conditioning the way it's supposed to. It's not working appropriately. So it's almost 100 degrees. Now it says it's 80 degrees in this house. I got the air conditioner on 73. It's just not doing what it needs to do. So we got the fans on, and I got, like I said, at first I had the fan this way. And so I was getting my Beyonce on, and I had to realize it didn't look on camera. So I got this little bitty fan. It's just blowing on me right under, and we're fine. It's hot as hell in American. Look at 110 degrees in Dallas. See, that's a regular day down there in Texas. What did you say? We at hell doorstep here in Texas. Jersey doesn't get hot either. Wow. Wow. Gosh, but the greater heat is due to global warming, unfortunately. So look, now we're going to go that motherfucking Putin. We all knew this, but he's going to take the land that he's trying to overtake in the Ukraine and annex it to make it Russia. Child.
Now to Ukraine, and new U.S. intelligence warning Russia is laying the groundwork to permanently keep the territory it recently grabbed in Ukraine by annexing it. Richard Engel joins me. Richard, there could be major consequences if Russia follows through with that kind of a plan.
This is not just a symbolic step. When other countries, the United States, invaded Iraq, it was not to take Iraq forever and make it part of the United States. This is what Russia is doing. It is fighting a war of occupation and annexation. So by taking this territory, annexing it, making it part of Russia, Russia will say then that any attack on the territory that it controls inside Ukrainian territory is like an attack on Moscow. So it is putting down another gauntlet, so to speak, to the U.S. to supply weapons to Ukraine, saying, if those weapons that the United States is giving to Ukraine right now hit territory inside Ukraine, from Russia's perspective, it will be like it is attacking Moscow, it is attacking the center of the country. So it is a big escalatory step. And it comes right as Vladimir Putin is trying to show that he has friends. He was in Iran making a very, very rare trip outside of the country because he wants drones and he wants to show that he's not as isolated as we think he is.
Fascinating perspective, Richard. Good to have you here. Thank you so much.
Y'all know Putin over there like, fuck you. Fuck you. Why they won't get that man? I don't know. Like, he just like 007. He's untouchable, okay? Y'all just, and I'm telling you, I'll tell you now, mark my words, that man is over there making deals and through. He has met with a lot of diplomats and politicians in the last couple of days, and he shakes some hands. He might not have kissed the babies, but baby, he has shook some hands. Look, I got the crackhead itch now. Let me hurry up. We shall see what's going to happen this winter, okay? Russia can do that. World maps would have to be changed. Apparently so. They've done it before, Ellen. That's why they fucking with Ukraine, because they've done that shit over there before. And they want control of Chernobyl. It's a lot to it that they don't want to let us know. So I'm trying to do my part to do research when I can, to let y'all know what it is. So yeah, the countries do it all the time. They take over shit, and you just have to learn new history. Mm-hmm. Well, they allegedly saying that they're going to get him for war crimes, but again, they got to catch his ass, I guess. They letting him do some of this shit though. Okay, you believe you me. And our last world news story is, we've been talking about Emmett Till, and I'm not going to talk about the white woman that they know she lied, and they talking about prosecuting her in her 80s, for what she did to Emmett Till, but it's not neither here nor there. I used to live down the street from the Emmett Till house, and they are now working on making it a national monument. So this is not a national monument, but I can't even think
of it. It's a historic landmark, the Chicago house that Mamie Mobley and Emmett Till lived in. Will soon get a big push to preserve it.
The house is one of many sites selected by the National Trust for Historic Preservation. The goal is to preserve sites with rich African-American history. CBS 2's Sade Gray explains how the house and the organization behind it are still helping people today.
It's important that we understand our nation's full history.
Brent Legs is talking about African-American history.
There are lessons and examples embodied in these historic places that can empower all Americans at this moment.
The National Trust for Historic Preservation announced they will award $3 million in grants to 33 sites and organizations through its African-American Cultural Heritage Action Funds. Legs is the executive director for the funds.
We celebrate Mamie Mobley Till for her agency, character, and self-determination, which was birthed under unimaginable sacrifice.
Out of the $3 million, $150,000 will be donated to BIG, otherwise known as Blacks and Greens, a non-for-profit organization. They plan to hire a full-time project manager and a curator. The nonprofit group bought Emmett Till's home 2 years ago with dreams of turning it into a museum.
We anticipate the museum would be on the first floor of the building. You would have caretaker space in the basement of the building. And the second floor of the building, we hope to recreate as the apartment as it was when Manny and Emmett lived here.
Nuri Medina says the museum is located near the Obama Presidential Center, which is already under construction. The group expects it to be a tourist destination.
We want to make sure that we do a very first class and the best venue that we can, and it really takes some professional help.
The organization says they plan to open the museum within a year or two. Reporting in West Woodlawn, Sade Gray, CBS 2 News.
I hope that they do an excellent job like that. Me and my daughter used to have to walk past that block, not exactly the house, but the block, because she would get on the school bus at Emmett Till School, which is around the corner. So I lived like 3 blocks away from there at one time, and my best good girlfriend still lives like 3 blocks away from over there. So I'm over there all the time, and it did look kind of run down. It looked like a regular house. So for years, I didn't even know that that was the home of Emmett Till, but I'm happy that they're trying to do something, but they need to get justice for that. And I see what y'all talking about in chat. Excuse me. I want to do some more research on that, and I wonder if they just gonna make a loud noise and then just let it go away. Child, because he black and he ain't here, don't nobody care. But that's all we have for national news, okay? Yes, the gang is all here. I appreciate, thank you for everybody that's coming in. Y'all coming in and saying hi. My number's going up. And look, I haven't been live in so long. And I really looked at how little I've been live, but I'm still somewhat in the algorithms. And I thank y'all. They have all your notifications on, that you come and you stay and that you watch and that you support. So I appreciate you so very much. If this is your first time watching or you're watching on the replay, please make sure that you hit the like button. It helps a Black woman in her business. It doesn't cost you anything. And it would really help me if you hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It helps me out so much in getting my numbers up, keeping me in the algorithms and keeping me going, okay? If you need to reach out to me, like I just see somebody that was sending me a story. Some people send me stories. Sometimes people send me funnies every day just to keep me going. You could send it to my DMs here on Instagram at the House of the Princess. You could send it to my inbox there on Facebook at Princess A.V. You can always email me. I try to answer back everybody, and I usually do. info@hausoftheeprincess.com. And also, your benevolence is what keeps the channel going. And trust me, I've been needing it too. So any super chat that you would like to send is greatly appreciated. The Cash App comes directly to me. And if you would like to know what my PayPal is, I'm going to make a little thingy. My PayPal and Zelle is, we do have all forms of payment available, okay? And this is also another way you can help me. You can also check out my TikTok. I'm gonna start putting more stuff up on there, my Twitter, and my website, House of the Princess. I just decided I think I'm gonna do a revamping and transforming of House of the Princess, and I'm gonna do more writing and also have guest writers up there at the houseoftheeprincess.com, and go ahead and monetize my website. But there are plenty of ways to reach out to me, to talk to me. I am here and I appreciate you, okay? Let me see. Damn, I didn't get the notification on my BJ. And I tried to tell y'all ahead of time, you probably didn't get your notification there either. Maybe Till was always get real. I remember they didn't want to. They didn't want to sneak it in. Well, look. Hi, y'all. One good thing about this show is that this is a show that you can pay attention to while you're sneaking at work. You don't have to necessarily look at me, and you can sit up here and put me down in the corner or behind what you're really doing and just listen, okay? Just listen, yes. And I thank you again for all y'all coming And now it's time for none other than one of our favorites, celebrity news. All right, let's get down to the celebrity news again. Y'all are coming in. I see a little influx, Come on in here. Make sure that you have pressed that like button. Press the like button, press the subscribe button. And I appreciate you. And you know what? I meant to put the notification. I try to plan out. Yes, I'm at work. It's 9:20 a.m. Thursday here in New Zealand. All right. So if I go live tonight at 7:30, then you'll be like just getting off of work or some stuff like that. Oh, okay. Now I know. So I have to be on late at night for the people in New Zealand and whatnot. Oh, sugar, you looking like that. While I'm blow drying my hair. Okay, just simply y'all sitting up here checking in. Okay. So let me unshare this screen because I need to share something else. We're going to do the first story is about Ms. Kim Burrell. Now, I wanted to share this because, again, I'm always learning, especially for my people that are not in America. Even though we all have the internet, some things you're not familiar with, and some people you may not be familiar with. And even the people in America, y'all be like, oh, I'll be surprised some of y'all don't know stuff that's going on. I'll be like, oh, okay. Goodbye, little lady. Y'all teleproduction assistant, bye. Check out 7-Eleven robberies out and get okay. Sure will. So, gospel singer Kim Burrell is trending because of her unappealing comments that she said in church about the church people. So on this one, we're going to refer to gossip and what they was talking about. So I'm going to read this to you. I think we got a video, okay, but they are dragging her, dragging her. Let me see. Is it a video here? Because I caught myself pausing. Okay.
Unfold before fans. Blueface and Krishan soap opera unfolds before fans. What's up, Bossip fam? It's Crystal Vega here with your daily dose of Bossip Bites. Blueface and his girlfriend Krishan had never shied away from
Okay, we don't want to hear about Blueface. I don't know why that's there. I want to hear about Kim Burrell. So we're going to read this. Controversial gospel singer Kim Burrell emerged from cancellation over anti-gay comments just to be redragged for making an offensive remarks while addressing Pastor Brian Carnes' Kingdom City Church. In the viral video, Kim Burrell, 49, can be seen joking about COVID, PPP loans, ugly people, and screening friends in front of a congregation that somehow refrained from booing or throwing tomatoes. And this is somebody posted on Twitter, good, why people don't go to church. Okay. There was no Jesus in this. Ain't that right, child? Okay, here we go.
You got to choose up. Find you some value. You know, sometimes before we get friends, we have to do an interview. How long have you been broke?
Let me see if we can watch this on Twitter because it's low. The volume is low. Unless y'all can hear it because it was low for me. It's loading.
How many times have you changed? Value. You know, sometimes before we get friends,
Oh, it's just low. So we're gonna strain to hear it as best as we can. It's an echo. Okay. Has she seen him? Oh Lord, no. Oh child, well, I'm not gonna drag.
you gotta choose up. Find you some value. You know, sometimes before we get friends, we have to do an interview. How long have you been broke? many times have you changed the name of your life? How many of your bills in your little cousin's name? You live in a trailer home or a house. You gotta see. It's not about status or material things. It's just about choices. Life is different. And we are church. Thank God we do all those of us who come up with us. And know don't see. And so we honor the Lord. God is good. We respect all the men of God here. And respect you y'all clap so I don't feel strange right about now. Hopefully we'll get a chance to meet each other if y'all invite me to come to your church. I'm not as expensive as I say. I don't know. Maybe you got to let that pleasure from your deep. Prayer, praise, and power. You understand? Amen. Isn't the Lord great? Amen. Amen. And so, I like coming here because the ground is already tilled with a great personality like Dr. Khan. Because one thing I love about him, he's deep in the word, but he knows how to have great humanity. And most don't understand his personality because he is truth personified. And he tells the type of truth that makes most uncomfortable. Because who likes to be told you're just ugly? No one likes to be told that. Especially when they have realized that, all right. Most don't get offended until they know the bad thing about themselves. And then somebody else recognizes and says, oh, I saw the ugly too. I just want to let you know. So anyway, I'll get that later. God is great. All of you are beautiful. I haven't chosen anyone to be ugly yet. God is good. God is great. Y'all look great. Most of you have on hats covering most of that anyway. Here's to you. I have a great personality. I'm going to sing. Daily I shall.
Is there something left to read? Yes, it says, as expected. Let me put this back up here. As expected, Burrell released an apology sprinkled with threats aimed at her many, many critics who questioned her behavior. There you go, Dita. There you go. You see those eyes? Yeah. She also shifted into an attack on anyone slandering and defaming her character and noted that she was making her comments in jest. And this is the apology. As a kingdom citizen and a woman of integrity, I can acknowledge that some of my words, even if said in jest, can be offensive. My intention is never to hurt anyone, but to spread love, laughter, and more importantly, the gift which God has given me in song. If anyone was offended, I can sincerely say, I apologize. With that being said, the irony in this is that those who are criticizing my statement are displaying the very thing that they have accused me of. However, it's not been humorous or in jest. My image has been used in multiple places and false statements and narratives have been created. The punitive damages for some are quite lofty. Please be mindful of what is both written and said via video about me, especially if it contains untruths. Slander and defamation are not taken lightly, especially if it affects my name, image, or brand. Those pages wherein vile comments and false narratives have been created and have been noted, reported, and hopefully silenced. Again, I will apologize if anyone thought that my humor was malicious, but I will not under any circumstance tolerate harassment, slander, or for my character to be defamed. Thank you. My name is Kim Burrell. Okay, and this is a cute little. It doesn't matter given the impact of my words. This paragraph maybe should contain what you learned and how you plan to move forward. These people is crazy. Burrell was previously counseled after making homophobic comments during a 2017 sermon. And from that moment forward, she faced relentless backlash and was dropped from several scheduled appearances, including Ellen. Okay. That's all I'm going to do with that. Let's see what you're saying in the chat. Look here. That one for the win. And with that being said, I have some very strong feelings about this lady and what she says and what she does. And so I'm gonna make a whole little video. Hopefully I'll make it tonight. Look here, I done started on a little research because the dragon will commence. And but I know everybody goes live on Wednesday night, so I have to see what's going on with that and finish a few things that I need to do in between time. So yes, there will be a continuance. I have some words on this while she talking about some folks defaming her. Ma'am, go to hell, go to jail, whatever you think you finna do. We can't hear nothing. Yeah, it's amazing. Now, you don't want nobody to talk about you. The nerve. Yeah, but the pastor, that okay, same mindset. I didn't even research the pastor. I just like, child. If your fake ass unjust apology. Did she? Yeah, she said something about Fantasia. We're going to discuss her Sunday best. She's okay. I'm going to get my school books out and my Bible out, and we're going to have a tete-a-tete about Miss Burrell, okay? And I do qualify, in case you want to, even though I cuss, baby, I qualify and I quantify to bless your ass out, cuss your ass out, and let you know where you wrong, because lady, you is wrong. And you was wrong talking about the people of Christ. You don't, oh, snap, we freezing. Look at here. See? I froze. See, I got, that's why I got to hush. God don't like ugly, ma'am. And I'm going to stop there and not finish that sentence, okay? Y'all don't mind passing the collection plate for these church folks that y'all talking about. That's all I have to say about that. Bust it wide open. Not your tongue. Yes. So that is Kim Burrell, and y'all can do your research on her. She can really, really sing. Okay, she can sing, but stick to it, sis. Okay. Our next story. Now let's go back. Let me switch back to my sharing things. Our next story is on our lovely J-Lo. She yet again has gotten married to what seems to be the love of her life, Mr. Ben Affleck. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't add it to the stream. That might help.
We're gonna go to our gift.
So, they back together again, and they got married this weekend, allegedly. Just saying, shut your thoughts up.
Cover story and new details.
And Jaded Nerd did
it.
it. Wait, let me pause this. Jaded Nerd, yet again, he did a good piece. He did a good dragon of Miss Burrell, a good dragon to the floor. And I know he could have been worse, but he did a good dragon this morning about that Miss Burrell. It was quite comical. Okay, that in his Sesame Street. Go subscribe. Go check him out. I love him, and he has a way with his words, yeah.
and their plans for a bigger party. Larry, you've got more.
Yeah, there's lots to tell you. Good morning, everybody. The new Mrs. Affleck revealing the couple almost didn't make it to the chapel by midnight. When they arrived, they were told if they wanted Elvis to marry them, it would cost extra, and he was in bed. The couple settled for taking pics in Elvis's pink Cadillac convertible in what Jennifer describes as the best night ever.
Yes. I'll marry you.
This morning, new details about superstar Jennifer Lopez's surprise wedding to Ben Affleck.
Just saving it, and now I'm wearing it on my wedding day.
Kenosha Portis was working as the witness at a little white wedding chapel in Las Vegas and witnessed the whole thing.
It was so exciting. I mean, we were getting ready to close, and we had a special guest arrive as a walk-in. I started shaking a little bit, I'm like, oh my God, this is Jennifer Lopez. We're getting ready to marry.
Portis says the couple was emotional and affectionate.
As they were reading each other vows, they were very sweet. They both were emotional. They cried to each other. The kids were right there behind them. She had on a nice, elegant beige, lacy type dress. It had a train on it. The veil was beautiful. Everything was very sleek and beautiful. She was stunning. She had a beautiful white bouquet that she had. And he had a boutonniere as well that matched that.
While the 10-minute ceremony was low-key, People magazine reporting that the couple does plan on having a bigger party so they can celebrate with family and friends. People also saying the wedding weekend was not completely unplanned and that they had previously discussed a possible elopement. The surprise nuptials, 20 years in the making. The pair originally dating back in 2002, then marrying other people after canceling their lavish wedding plans at the end of a blockbuster engagement. The two have 5 kids between them. They announced their engagement news 3 months ago.
I'm engaged!
Oh, she's so happy. And J-Lo's hairstylist tells Vogue his goal was to make sure her look was Las Vegas, more about being timeless. They wanted to create an effortless, flowy feel that would complement that gown, which you heard Jen saved from one of her movies. As Jen told her fans, all that matters in a marriage is each other and the promise made to love, care, understand, be patient, and good to each other. She said they had that and so much more.
I'm sure Elvis was happy for the fact that I was asleep.
They got millions of dollars. You wouldn't pay for Elvis to get up out the bed. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, no shade. But I'm in my 40s. Been waiting for the first husband. This heifer got a husband every other year. I just can't. They are saying that she is the Liz Taylor of this generation. Is quite amusing to me. Child, it sounds like I just don't want to be lonely. Like I am really curious about her, not Selena, how she broke up with A-Rod. Like that, that was an overlap. I guess Ben ain't give no fuck. You know what I'm saying? He probably been drinking since they broke up and became an alcoholic. No shade. I'm not making fun of alcoholism, but it's just the way things happen. It's just like really weird. It's really weird. Are all of these people getting along? All the Jennifers, what's his name? Mark Anthony. I just, I love. So I'm happy. I hope they stay together. Cause child, girl, you would drop a dude real quick. But at least he can pay. She get money, man with money. I'll tell you that. She ain't a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Except for that first husband, though. Yeah. But next, there was an actual shooting on the set. On the set of Law and Order. Let's see what the news has to say about that.
This morning, a quiet New York neighborhood shaken after the brutal murder of a man working on a TV show famous for portraying brutal murders.
I saw this, the police officers and everything.
in the comments, and I thought this is the movie.
Police say 31-year-old Johnny Pizarro was enforcing parking restrictions on this street in Brooklyn just after 5 a.m. Tuesday in preparation for filming an episode of the TV crime drama Law & Order: Organized Crime. He was sitting in a parked car when police say a man approached the vehicle, opened the driver's side door, and shot him in the head and neck.
It was really loud, and I'm pretty sure it was 3 gunshots.
Police say the suspect, described as short and thin, wearing dark clothing, was seen running from the area, but no arrests have been made and no motive has been established. Some neighbors suggest anger over parking restrictions may have played a role. TV shows are often filmed in the area with crews blocking off streets to allow production vehicles to park.
It's just like so cluttered. So I figured it would be for the parking.
But other neighbors question that motive.
It's nothing out of the usual. Everyone's very used to it by now.
The producers of Law & Order saying, "We were terribly saddened and shocked to hear that one of our crew members was the victim of a crime and has died as a result. Our hearts go out to his family and friends, and we ask that you respect their privacy during this time." This is the first murder in the neighborhood in more than 2 years. A co-worker describes the victim as a good man and a dedicated father. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
That is unfortunate. I really hadn't heard anything till I started doing my research for this show. It's very unfortunate. It's like, dang, you can't even go to work and just do your job without somebody wanting to hurt you. Like, that's really effed up. My condolences to the family. I hope they do pinpoint the person who did that. I'm sure they will. Excuse me. It's messed up out here, and please be safe out here in these streets, people. Just folks is just crazy. That's all it is to it. People are crazy. Our next story is about Marlo Hampton of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was the latest victim of a home invasion, attempted home invasion. But apparently it was involved with a string of home invasions down in the Atlanta area. Well, that's why he got Carisha, okay? Let me make this, I don't want to see that. A little bit bigger. Let me make this bigger so you can see that, okay? The police arrest alleged gang members tied to home invasions involving celebrities across the metro Atlanta area. Okay, where's some sound up in here? Where's the sound? I'm sorry.
Marlo Hampton of Real Housewives of Atlanta fame, who told me she watched on her security.
Let's rewind that. Back.
This involves many crimes, an ongoing investigation, and high-profile victims. One of them, Marlo Hampton of Real Housewives of Atlanta fame, who told me she watched on her security system as armed, masked men kicked her door down, making a loud boom.
I heard the boom when I heard my nephew scream, and I knew that scream was a scream of fear. My heart dropped.
Real Housewives of Atlanta star Marlo Hampton says she's a real crime victim after the attempted burglary of her Sandy Springs home July 1st that police have now told her is tied to other incidents. She said she went to a panic room, called 911. The suspect who kicked her door and fled, possibly because she yelled. Sandy Springs police were there quickly, and she thanks God.
Thank God we're covered in the blood of Jesus, and I'm here to share this story with you. But my main concern is I want all the ladies, I want everyone to be aware. If you are posting items, if you do have luxury items, be careful.
Don't you move! A Sandy Springs police sergeant says police took down 4 alleged members of the gang Sunday morning.
Car broke down the road. Sir, I never see
Because they attempted a home invasion at a townhouse occupied by the mother of one of the children of the world-famous rapper Future. But it was a deep investigation into the gang's past that led Sandy Springs investigators to stake out her home knowing she might be a target.
We got lucky and we got right. And as we targeted them, they came on scene.
Sergeant Matt McGinnis says that 4 young men arrested are charged so far with crimes relating to what happened Sunday, but the gang
which includes other members, is suspected in 15 home invasions or burglaries in Sandy Springs alone, and others elsewhere in metro Atlanta.
The investigation's been ongoing for at least a year now.
McGinnis says the investigation started with a home invasion October 1st on Northside Drive, which 7 suspects were arrested, also alleged associates of the gang, which, though the Northside Drive victim is an exception, mostly targets the homes of high-profile entertainment, sports, or social media figures, with targets including players from the Atlanta Falcons and Atlanta United and a leading lacrosse player.
We expect it to get bigger.
He says detectives believe the ring may have burglarized the rapper Gunna's house in DeKalb County. The sergeant says in a home invasion on Parkside Place, July 4th, a resident was shot and seriously wounded.
He survived and is expected to make a full recovery.
And he says hours before our interview, Kenzel Walker, a member of another gang that had been working with the gang masterminding the home invasions and burglaries, was arrested for an Albany murder and charges pertaining to a Sandy Springs home invasion and gang leadership. McGinnis says Sandy Springs PD is asking the public's help, finding Jeremy Caldwell, a.k.a. J-Rock, an alleged ringleader wanted for 33 charges, at least some of them involving Sandy Springs home invasions.
He has a red falcon on the side of his right eye.
And you've come up with digital images of how he looked at one point and Mike looked now.
That's correct.
If anyone knows where Caldwell is, what do you want them to do?
They need to contact 911 immediately. He is considered armed and dangerous.
Now, Sergeant McGinnis says through Crime Stoppers Atlanta, there is a reward of up to $12,000 offered for a tip leading to the whereabouts of Caldwell, a.k.a. J-Rock. If you know where he is, the sergeant suggests you call 911, then call Crime Stoppers. He says the 4 arrested Sunday, one of whom is in a hospital after bailing out of a fleeing car, are charged in connection with the Sunday case, but under investigation for others, along with other suspects. We got imagery from Sandy Springs Police for this story. Reporting live in Sandy Springs, Mark Winning, Channel 2 Action News.
Now let me tell y'all, if y'all don't get the hell off my screen, thank you. Atlanta is like my second home, of Georgia. And Sandy Springs is a very good area. Okay. It's very good. But my whole thing is like this season, we're watching the house. So you watching Marlo build her home. And I can't understand. This is just me because I come from Chicago and it's not naturally innate as much crime in Georgia. But I be goddamn if I have acres and acres of land and I spill millions of dollars on my house to have a motherfucking gate that you could just jump over, come through, and a door that you could kick down. I question all of that. You got cameras, all of that. All of you rich people, what is going on that a motherfucker can breach your house so easily? Like that shit is crazy to me. You stupid Shannon. In the world changing the way it is, no matter where you are located, please don't take security and the area that you live in for granted that it's the safest shit ever. We are coming into the days of the purge. Every man for himself. We have food shortages, energy shortages, everything. I'm glad this woman had a panic room. The fact that you think that you are untouchable. This is the land now of the have and the have-nots. If all of the have-nots don't have, where do you think they're going? They're learning to come get your shit. So you have to be ready. You have to be armed and secure. You have to be smarter about your own protection. Just have to do better, smarter. She talking about other women walking around with luxury gears. That's all we know about Marlo is I've got about $10,000, $15,000 worth of clothes on minimum every day. I'm coming to get your shit because it's nothing to you. But everything to me, some people just want it. And then people have a need. You spend $1 million on a house for a motherfucker to kick your door in. That's nuts. It's nuts to me. But I'm glad she's safe. I know that's a traumatic experience for those boys. Be ready. Exactly. Welcome to the purge. Welcome. Be ready. Okay, our next story is okay. Let's unshare that. I had to toggle between a few things today. Our last story in entertainment news is about the passing of Ivana Trump. And them gated communities, I don't know. Shit, I got a friend who live in Alpharetta gated community. Look, you ain't getting your motherfucking ass in there. You're going to have to overtake security. Like, so I don't know what the fuck they doing over there. Child, throw the whole security system away. I want some shit that blaze and make noise when you come across the threshold. Even my Ring doorbell let me know when you coming towards the door. Okay, every time. When you cross that line, I want to be out there like Kenya with my gun ready. Like, you coming where? You coming where? And them people turned their asses right back around. Thought that shit was a game. I'm about to doorstop for hotels when I travel for work and fun. Yes, it's loud and your ears want to believe. I'm not fucking around. I know that's right. Time to bring them old farm fists with them electric ones. Yeah. I'm like, you don't have no shit to electrocute a motherfucker jumping over your fence and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Not jump in my damn gate. Go to hell. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. People over there on the other side of the pond. Thank you. Okay, and this is our story of Ivanka.
Tonight,
Ivana.
Trump, the ex-wife of Donald Trump and mother of Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric Trump, passed away at her home in New York City. That is according to the former president. She was 73 years old, and Kate Bennett is out front. So, Kate, what do we know about what happened? It appeared that this was obviously quite sudden and a shock.
Yeah, all we know is that just after noon today in New York City, paramedics were called to her home where she was found unresponsive and unconscious. The fire department, the police, the medics pronounced her dead on the scene there. The police later said there was no evidence of criminality. The medical examiner's office in New York will have to determine the exact cause of death. But yes, she was found unresponsive, unconscious in her home in New York City.
So, Kate, what was her relationship with Donald Trump like? I mean, obviously, the divorce itself was nasty, as nasty as it gets, but it was a long, multi-decade, very complicated relationship.
Yeah, I mean, they met in the late 70s. They got married in 1977 when Donald Trump was on his rise to becoming a real estate mogul, and she was right there alongside of him. She joined him in business. She was essential to the design, the operation, the management of a lot of his properties. Their marriage deteriorated sort of towards the end of the 80s. He, of course, had a very public affair with Marla Maples, who became his second wife. And their divorce was splashed I'm old enough to remember, was splashed all over the tabloids. She got a $14 million settlement, which at the time was a lot of money for a divorce settlement. But through the years, their relationship mended. They were friendly. They were in contact. If we remember in 2017, she said that Donald Trump actually offered her the ambassadorship to the Czech Republic. She was from Czechoslovakia under communist rule, and that she turned it down because she said she liked her life the way it was and was like the travel and the Saint-Tropez and the sort of glamorous life she was leading and had always led for most of her life. But, Donald Trump released a statement today calling her wonderful and beautiful and that she was beloved by many, and clearly their relationship, as he said, through the decades had mended itself. And Ivanka Trump released a statement on Twitter acknowledging her mother as a beautiful and special woman, and Eric Trump did as well. And clearly this is something that the Trump family is going to be mournful about. Ivana was the matriarch, and she was really a very key individual in their lives while they were growing up there in New York City.
All right, Kate Bennett, thank you very much. Tonight, Ivana Trump, the ex-wife of Donald Trump and mother of Donald.
Oh, I didn't mean to rewind it. My bad. Look, Ivana Trump. Look, that was the she was the queen of QVC. Look, you know Donald Trump like him some foreign women. Okay, he love a woman. I think he might have liked women who couldn't speak English good because he don't have to listen to them talk back like that. Or he's like, I'll take you from the mud and take you on up. Okay. But my condolences to all of them and the passing of Ivana Trump. She was fashion, she was shade, she was everything. Oh, I read in New York Post that she was found at the bottom of stairs in her house. We shall see, child. So with that being said, where's my stuff? Yes. Out of the loop. Okay, there we go. I am Princess A.V. and I thank you for all the new people that have come. Yeah, she was in the mud. She ain't had nothing, just like Melania had to marry him for her green card. You get a green card. You get a green card. You just got to deal with this bullshit I got for you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, don't get mad. Get everything. Yeah, she wrote the book on that. Again, those who are just watching, I am Princess AV. I am your host here at the House of the Princess. You are watching 50/50 News. We here do local, worldwide, national entertainment and YouTube news. And we've just concluded our entertainment section and are going on to our last segment of YouTube news. Now, while you're watching, I hope that you came in and you showed some good manners and you press that like button because likes are important. Even dislikes are important. But I would appreciate a like more than a dislike. And also, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button for me. Now, if you've been around a little while, and you've thought about it, I would admonish you to join the channel. Trust me, I got some good membership stuff coming up, and your membership will have benefits. It's right next to the subscribe button. And if you can't find it, you can also go in the description box where you can find the link where you can join the channel on the community tab. Also, it is your benevolence and your money that helps me keep this channel going. Because I got to keep the lights on, the internet's on. I got to take time to be here editing all of that research. It takes time, and time is money. And I appreciate being here with you. So if you could hit the Cash App and send a benevolent donation, or you can do a Zelle, a Venmo, PayPal, or just hit that good old super chat button, it will be greatly appreciated. And now I think I've turned on something called super thanks. So if you're watching this on the replay and you weren't here to do a super chat, you can give the after replay the replay donation called a super thanks. So I appreciate everybody who's here, who's watching. Whatever you do, you could be doing anything with your time, but instead you're here with me. And I thank you very, 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 very much. And these comments, yeah, she said we just missing a few likes, just a few. Okay, press that like button. To want to build while steady giving out green cards. Yeah, I thought that was a joke too. You always like foreign women, and you helped your newest wife and her family get green cards while you talk about out here being racist. Child, the ghetto. So as we conclude, oh snap, we got a renewal right here. Hey, cuz, thank you. Just saw on the news her death is disturbing. Interesting. It's like a Miami complex. So what we're going to do now, we're going to conclude with our YouTube news. Now, you know, YouTube news goes kind of quick. I just have two good old stories for you that I wrote down. Okay, it's not about the mess, but the mess on YouTube has been quite interesting. I've been in some clouds, some bushes, watching from my throne. I've seen a few things. All I have to say is okay. Um, and I want to send a shout out. I'm going to text him. I just realized that Red Label Confessions and Cocktails, he got a long ass name, Q. Um, he was sick and had surgery this week. So let's send our heart, love, and our prayers out to him as he is in recovery. Roxanne, I'm gonna look that up and see if we can I can do a story on that. That's interesting. Martell and Sheree would be entertainment, and then I still have to do more research on that. So I'll do those two. We can possibly talk about it on Friday. Okay. That's the production assistant's birthday, y'all, Friday. Okay. Y'all tell her you love her. But she walked out already. I want to talk about real quick Tasha K versus Cardi B. We've been following this story for quite a long time. Excuse me, but what has happened is Tasha K has officially lost her appeal to the Supreme Court that she brought to the Supreme Court against Cardi B. What that means is now Cardi B can go after Tasha K and her estate for her $4 million. I have not fully done my full research, but via Kempire, he has said also, and Sweet Pea Diaries has done some stuff. Allegedly, Tasha K has downsized from that home that she just recently bought, like a year ago or so. And now has downsized to an apartment, and the house is up for rent. Ugh. So we also know that she downsized from a Cadillac to a Prius recently. I can talk to Tasha's people to see if we can get any sound bites or a story. I know if anybody's going to make money off of it, it's going to be Tasha herself. Also, Cardi B, now that she has lost her appeal, Cardi B can go after her YouTube channel as well, unfortunately. So she can now request the court to take Tasha K's YouTube channel down. Um, I don't want to see a person lose everything, but it's at the same time, it's like, damn, you kind of did some things to yourself, you know. I like Tasha. Tasha helped inspire me to do some things that I do on my channel, and for me to report the way that I report. I just feel that she got a little caught up, and this is the repercussion. I also think that she was made an example out of. She was one of the top Black bloggers, especially out here, and she was made an example out of. And she has to deal with the consequences of what were her actions. And she did what she did and said what she said knowingly. So I can't really, feel sorry in that aspect. But I never want to see a person lose what they've built. Right. That was my next thing. Tasha is smart, though, because she started building the app and moving her things outside of YouTube and making people go to her app where she has sole autonomy over how things are ran and played or whatever. But nonetheless, she still has to pay $4 million. So they don't give a damn where the money comes from. They're going to take it. So we'll watch the story and see how this really pans out in the future and how she has to do it. You're reporting, you're not by. Well, see, I come from a different side of journalism. True. Both of y'all are right. It's one of those things, and they're saying a lot of people don't feel sorry for her because of her arrogance in the situation. So Godspeed, Tasha. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. I am a Cardi B fan, so but that's between them two. It's just some fucked up shit. Fucked up. And our next YouTube story is on Kevin Samuels. This week, Kevin Samuels' cause of death was revealed. Now, I was going to do a commentary on Kevin Samuels and his life and a review on his death, and I just didn't do it. But I do have a comment about this. He sat in his life and he made fun of, a lot of times he made fun of plus size women, and his chats did too, and they were very disparaging to plus size women. And when he died, he was in the room with a thick girl, okay? She might as well be in plus size, and actually in America, if you're a size 12, you plus size. She might have been thin, but she was really thick because he advertises dating a size 2 or a size 4. And baby, a size 2 or size 4 is that big, okay? And so he wants you to be these itty bitty girls. And then he died with a girl that was bigger than what he makes to believe that he really likes. That was one issue. But now is come out that he died from complications of hypertension. Let's say this again. Kevin Samuels' cause of death was hypertension, aka high blood pressure. And I must say to all the women out there in Twitter and Facebook, the irony of it all is he made fun of Big Shirley and you fat bitches. And you're living your life unhealthy and hypertension and all of that. And I quote, he did say things like that. And I can tell you, I am one plus size girl that does not have any problem with high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or any of the sort. I'm not basking in his death, but the irony that something that he was so deaf on and made fun of people, that is what he passed from. Thank you for coming back, Miss Weedy Pooh. Thank you. So, that is all I have to say about that. I pray that he rest in peace and that we can let him rest in peace and give his legacy, if that's what you want to call it, let it go. We run around here following people on YouTube, on TV, and what they say, and not even realize or think about that they're not living the life that they preached. Okay, just R.I.P. mofo. Only my audience, okay? Oh, child. With that being said, oh my goodness, with that being said, I guess it's time for me to close out here, okay? Again, y'all have been watching the 50/50 news here at the House of the Princess with me, your host, Princess A.V. I enjoyed my first time back in a little while. I hope that you can come and see me soon. Look, we are going to do Jeopardy before the end of the month, and the Hills are watching over, so I can't even tell y'all what I wants to do no more, because I see it on channels, I hear about it, or I see something similar or something like that before I get it on out there. So I'm gonna not tell y'all things until I make like a commercial or put it out there and have a date set before I do it. But we are going to do Jeopardy very soon. So I'm just got to finish the questions and all that. Um, I have a new show that I've been wanting to test all week, and you never know when I might pop up in the next couple of days to test that new show. It is somewhat of a new show, but it's we're gonna gag, okay? And I'm gonna let you call in on this new show if y'all want. I will drop the link on this new show, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Um, I was gonna say yes. I'm going to get together, take a break, get together, see what we're gonna do with this good old Kim Burrell while I'm still on fire about it, okay? But I gotta go take care of my paw as well. Those that don't know, I've been quiet about it. I've been taking care of my father. So it takes a lot of time away from what I'm doing. So I need to recalibrate, see if I can cook some dinners and things and get it going. So we're going to talk about Miss Burrell and her nastiness, okay? Aside from that, aside from that, again, don't forget to give to the channel. Don't forget to press the like button and the subscribe button, and maybe even join the membership. I appreciate all of you that have been here. Thank you. I thank you and appreciate y'all so much for supporting me. Especially, look, the UK represented today. Y'all was in the house. Let me see if I can put on my glasses. I can see all of this. Yes, thank y'all so much for the salutations and the benevolence or whatever. So I love y'all. I will see y'all in a little bit. Go eat something. Go walk your children out in nature. And I can't wait to speak to you again. My name is Princess A.V. I am now going to turn down the lights in the palace. Y'all have a good day. Bye bye.